howled across the highlands, carrying dust, whispers, and something heavier. War. Men stood in silence, their shadows stretching under a dying sun. Farmers, shepherds, warriors, now all the same. Their hands, once used to build and harvest, now gripped rifles and spears. At the center stood Emperor Menelik II. His face was calm, but his eyes carried something deeper, a quiet fire. "They think we are weak," he said. "They think this land is theirs to take." No one answered, but every heart there burned with the same feeling. Miles away, the Italian army prepared with confidence. Rows of soldiers stood in perfect lines. Cannons pointed toward the mountains. Maps were spread across tables as officers spoke of easy victory. To them, this was just another conquest, another land to claim, another people to break. Night fell. The Ethiopian camp grew quiet, but no one truly rested. Fires flickered in the darkness. Some prayed softly, some sharpened their weapons. Others stared into the night, lost in their thoughts. A young soldier sat alone, his hands shaking. "I'm not ready," he whispered. An older man beside him looked over slowly. "No one ever is," he said. For a moment there was silence. Then the young soldier took a deep breath. Morning came like a warning. The sky turned red, as if it already knew what was coming. The first cannon blast shattered the air, the ground trembled. Smoke filled the battlefield. The Battle of Adwa had begun. The Italian forces marched forward, confident and organized. But the Ethiopian fighters moved differently, fast, unpredictable, like shadows across the land. Gunfire cracked through the mountains, spears struck with deadly force. The young soldier ran forward, fear still inside him, but something stronger pushing him ahead. Around him, men fell. Friends, strangers, brothers. Still, he kept moving. They all did. On a hill above the chaos, Emperor Menelik stepped forward. And when he moved, the army surged with him, like thunder breaking through the sky. Hours passed. The battlefield became a storm of smoke, blood, and echoes of cries. Then something changed. The Italian lines began to break. Confusion spread. Fear replaced their confidence. They had not expected this. They had not understood who they were fighting. This was not just an army. This was a people refusing to be erased. The final push came with unstoppable force, a wave of determination and fury, and then silence. The guns stopped, the smoke slowly faded. Bodies covered the land, a heavy reminder of what had been paid. But one thing remained standing above it all: victory. Ethiopia had done the impossible. They had defeated an empire, not just with weapons, but with unity, with courage, with the will to remain free. The young soldier dropped to his knees, breathing hard, trying to understand what had just happened. He was still alive. Around him, others stood in shock. Slowly, the truth spread among them. They had won. But the victory was not loud. It was quiet, heavy, because freedom always comes at a cost. Far beyond these mountains, the world would hear of Adwa, a nation that stood against an empire and won. But here, on this land, it meant something more. It was a promise that no matter how dark the night becomes, there will always be those who rise and fight for the dawn.